Today on Street Riding American Style, we're going to Hope, Kansas. Population 361 and the home of the 9th annual Hope Heritage Car Show. We're going to take a look at a father's 1934 Chevy Standard and a son's 1941 Chevy Special Deluxe. But it doesn't stop there. We're also going to take a look at a 1930 Plymouth Rat Rod and a 1968 Chevrolet Corvette. And never count Patricia out what she's going to find. All this is coming up on Street Riding American Style.
Support for Street Riding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance services in vehicles for consumers and fleets. In shops all over the world, BG Products provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.
They make you look, dream, and sometimes even wish. These are street rods, built or just owned by those who have the same passion. My name is David Wolf, and along with Simon McCormick and Patricia Brown, we travel to admire these passions. These are works of art and are designed with the personality and the ingenuity of the owner in mind. Built in garages, barns, and even under shade trees in communities all across this great land of ours. This is more than just a hobby. This is an addiction. This is Street Riding American Style. Are you ready to see some awesome rides today?
Dude, I'm always ready to see awesome rides.
are.
Matter of fact, I hope we see tons of awesome rides today.
See, I love the way you segue into my comments. I do, because we are going to Hope, Kansas.
That's kind of why I threw that awesome Hope thing in there.
Yeah, he's good.
We have just arrived, and oh my gosh, I can feel the enthusiasm at the 9th annual Hope Heritage Car Show. These streets are lined with hot rods, with motorcycles, with muscle cars of all kinds, with rat rods. I cannot believe how many cars are here. In addition to all those street rods, there is so much more to do here. Awesome food, valve cover races, horse and buggy rides, and also a pinup contest, which I might just have to check out. While I go send Cy and David to find their cars, I'm gonna check out the pinup contest.
Guys, I got a tire shredder dressed up in a tuxedo. This baby is classy and slick, and I got its owner, James. James, what are we looking at, baby?
We're looking at a 1934 Chevrolet Standard.
In 1934, baseball player Hank Aaron was born. Dust storms damaged over 200 million acres of cropland in Kansas, Texas, Colorado, and Oklahoma. And cat's eye road studs, the reflectors that help drivers see and stay inside lanes, were invented.
A 1934 Chevrolet Standard. What is standard about this thing, man?
Nothing.
When you say standard, what are they talking about?
Well, we had the standard model and we had the Master Deluxe model.
This baby to me looks like it's got all the options we need to get down the highway and rip it up.
It really cruises at a pretty good pace.
Now, what's your favorite aspect about this car, man?
That when I go cruising in it, people like to look at it.
They like to look at it. That's
Yes.
awesome. You get a lot of thumbs up.
I get a lot of thumbs up on
Now,
it.
is it a street rod or a hot rod?
It's a street rod.
All right, whether you're street rodding, whether you're hot rodding, you like cruising down the street in this bad boy, right?
Absolutely. We take this out cruising throughout the spring and summer because in Kansas, there's always a car show going on the weekend.
So you hit a lot of the car shows?
I do.
Right on, brother, right on. Now, when you're cruising down the road, man, you're doing this, right? Got the arm out the window, rolling back, right on. How many times have you noticed somebody, you're just driving along and they're like, hey, check that out, and you see that they're about to go off the road. Have you caused any accidents with this thing?
Haven't caused any accidents.
Not yet, not yet.
But when they give me that look, then I acknowledge it was
now,
right on.
You bought this the way it sits, correct?
Yes, I did.
How about plans for the future? What are we gonna do with this thing?
In the future, we were just talking about putting white walls on it.
Man, up top. That's where we gotta do it. James, I could not agree more. White walls on this thing would be sick. So if you do that though, are you gonna keep up with the wheels that are on? Or are you gonna change those out?
Gonna change the wheels out as well.
Maybe put some reverse chrome on there with the white walls? Yes. Oh man, that's speaking to my heart, because that is gonna be sick. I mean, these things are cool. It looks cool as it is, but you know, you put the reverse chrome on there, it's gonna get that old school cool.
Old school.
Right now, it's just got that that classic street rod look, and you could take it a step higher, in my opinion. When you put the white walls on, you put those reverse chrome on, baby. Oh my goodness, then you're gonna really be causing some accidents. So we've got a burgundy color here. What is that? Just is there a fancy name for this color? We're just gonna call it burgundy.
It's burgundy.
Burgundy sounds good to me. That's cool enough. And you've got some old school pinstriping through there, but it's actually the new school because it's got the pink and the crazy colors. Are you gonna leave that with the car?
I'm gonna leave that with the car.
Just gonna keep it as it is. Maybe get some new shoes on it. And cruise on down.
And cruise.
Yeah, right on. Shoes and cruise, baby. You don't see a whole lot of Chevys. You see a lot of the Fords. Guys are usually cruising towards those, but man, this thing is just as cool. It looks awesome, and it's got a pretty dramatic chop to it. Do you have any idea what kind of chop we're looking at on there?
Yes, we're looking at a 6-inch chop one.
They took 6 inches out of that thing. Golly, and that's pretty dramatic, and it fits the car, and it looks really good. I mean, if you go much more than that, it look kind of silly, but the way it is, man, it is perfect. The door handles are shaved?
Shaved door handles with poppers on them.
What's under the hood, James?
Under the hood, we have a 350 Chevy engine.
And 350?
350 trans, 350
awesome.
turbo trans.
Awesome. So it'll hook up and get down the highway pretty easy.
It'll scoot. It will scoot.
You like to obey the law, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we always keep it under the speed limit. We never break the tires loose. Fiberglass or steel body?
This is a fiberglass body. It's outlaw body, outlaw chassis.
Now this scares me a little bit. I'm wondering if it scares you, man. You got 0 bumpers on this thing. Does that kind of freak you out when you're driving in traffic?
No, it doesn't freak me out, but it may get next to other people. One day I pulled out of the auto parts store, and a truck pulled up beside me in the other lane, and he said, "Hey, you know you don't have any bumpers on that car?" Yeah. Like, no, I don't.
yeah. So hey, respect, baby, because you gotta stand back. When you look at it, people probably keep their distance. It's pretty sweet, man. I got one more question for you. Can we hear this bad boy?
Absolutely.
Fire it up, man.
Okay. Hello, ladies. Hi, I'm looking for Charity.
Yes, I'm Charity. What can I do for you?
Hi, Charity. I'm Patricia Brown with Street Rodding American Style. And now, why pinups in street rods? I see it all the time, but I have no idea what that correlation is. What is all about that?
Pretty much, you can't have a car show if you don't have pinups. I mean, you can have a car show, but it's not near as good.
It's the ladies that make the car show.
Yes. In fact, the first year, or since we've been doing this, they have tripled the amount of cars. So the minute we threw pinups in, all of a sudden everybody wants to come see us.
I wonder why, because you guys look lovely. Now, I've been looking at some of the women walking around, and they look very nice. I have seen some pinup before, and it's a little bit risque. So tell me how you keep that classy look with it.
Okay, for me, pinups aren't about being risque. They're about being classy, about, you know, the pearls,
the little bit of bling.
Taking a minute to kind of shine on yourself, like a pinup for a day. Like, that's the best thing a woman can do for herself.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
If somebody would want to compete in this contest or enter, are there some tips or tricks that you want?
A couple things. I always tell ladies, I'm like, this is your day to be somebody else. So the first thing I do is I tell you to get rid of your name. Like, today am Betty Rage. That's far from my personality, but today I'm Betty Rage. So that's me all day. So I put away the dish rag, put away the apron and everything, and today I'm in heels and pearls.
Charity to Betty.
Yes.
So this isn't your daily dress.
No, this is definitely not my daily. I don't wear heels at all. So this is a big thing. Hair and makeup.
Hair and makeup.
That's a huge thing.
Okay, so if I wanted to do this, now I wouldn't want to enter the contest, but if I wanted to maybe be transformed into a pinup,
I have just the people to help you.
Okay, so now I know that I need a little bit of transformation. So when we come back, I'm gonna find the person that's gonna help me with that.
It's always special when street rodding is a family affair. You already met James Hicks Sr., now meet James Hicks Jr. Next on Street Rodding American Style.
James, love the car. I saw this car because it was right next to the one that Cy did earlier.
Yes.
I believe that's your dad's car, isn't it? That's right behind us?
Yes, it is.
This is your car?
Yes.
Tell me what we're looking at.
We're looking at a 1941 Special Deluxe Chevy.
In 1941, Captain America appeared in a comic book for the first time. The first organ at a baseball game was played for the Chicago Cubs. And General Mills introduced a new cereal called Cheerios.
You say it's special. What's so special about this?
Because this is the last year that Chevy made this model before World War II.
Okay, so there is something special. It's American heritage about this car that ties it to American-made, American car. Is it American hot rod?
Yes, it's American hot rod.
Why would you call this a hot rod?
Because you got the wheels, flat black paint. It got the look.
It does.
It does.
It has the look. I love the throwback. Man, you got some side exhaust going on here too.
Yes.
Does it sound bad?
It sounds bad.
I want to hear that later on, but let's talk more about this car. First off, you and your dad have probably been involved in cars for a long time. Is that true?
Yes.
Tell me something about that relationship with your dad.
Well, we've been doing this since I was probably 1 year old.
Right.
Back in the days of when vans was popular.
Back in the van days.
Yes.
Okay. You and your dad building cars, putting them together, and now you guys are collecting these things together too?
Yes.
So is this yours or your dad's?
It's actually my dad's, but it seems like I'm doing the work on it.
That's okay. He deserves a rest, right?
Yes, he does.
You got the nice sun visor too. The sun visor is very cool. I love it.
Yes.
It's a little bit of bling to the flat black. You still got some chrome here, but if I come down to the windshield, there are no wipers.
Correct.
Why not?
Actually, because
oh, you're laughing on this one.
It was a glitch hiccup. Took the wipers off by mistake and broke a piece, so we just rolled with the look.
And so now you're back to the original hot rod look without really meaning it.
Not by mistake.
It's all fate.
Yes.
What's under the hood?
It's a 350.
350. Bare bone, or have you done stuff to it?
We just some cosmetic things, some glitches, some chrome pieces. We're working on it. It's in progress.
Okay, so the interior, pretty stock.
It's the interior is nice. It's a dated interior,
right?
But you know what? It looks good. It feels good. It's comfortable.
And it fits the mode of the car.
Yes, it does.
Air conditioner.
Air conditioning and heat.
Okay, so good. So you can go in the middle of summer and you can still go to car shows in comfort.
Yes.
Ride down the road nice?
It got a little bump here and there, but you know what? It's old school. It's heavy.
Yep.
It floats like a Cadillac, but you will feel a bump or
That's
two.
all right. That is cool. It belongs to your dad. You say you're working on it. You got more plans for this?
We do.
What are you gonna do?
Eventually, I believe we're gonna put some wide whites on it.
You say you're gonna put wide whites on this?
Yes.
Okay, your dad says he's gonna put on his other car too.
Yes.
So it's gonna be kind of matching going on the road?
Well, kind of, eventually we want that retro, hot rod, classic look, because eventually, take it home with me.
Does he know this?
We know it because...
Oh, he knows it?
Because actually, my wife wants it.
And what your wife wants, she gets.
Eventually, she's gonna get it.
Have you heard this? She's eventually going to get this. He's nodding. Yeah, okay. It's a great car, James.
Yes.
And you know, it's a James Jr., right? Because your dad's name is James also.
Yes.
Two fine cars, great interviews. Do me a favor.
Yes.
Let me hear this bad boy.
Alrighty.
Hello, hi. I am told that there's someone here that's going to help me with my hair and makeup. Would that be you?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
hi,
can
I'm
help you with
Patricia.
that. I'm Lydia.
Hey,
Nice
Lydia.
to meet you, Patricia.
So nice to meet you. Okay, this is so outside of my comfort zone. It's unreal. So, but I've been told I need a little bit of hair and makeup before I enter this contest or participate in this.
Maybe just a little
Maybe just a little.
tweaking. Yeah, when we think pinup from like, you know, post-World War II era and everything like that, we think of the big Liberty rolls and flouncy curls, and yeah, something that back then was considered a little bit more edgy.
So like you said, again, outside my comfort zone, but I've been watching these ladies with the big curls and they look gorgeous. So
makeup and hair is a pretty quick process, just because the look back then was very simplistic as well.
Okay, as much as I would like to say I am leaving out that door, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stick with it. So let's get started, Lydia.
Face the fear. All right, go ahead and take a seat and we'll get started.
I was told it's supposed to have a stage name. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
we do encourage that while you are in costume,
Okay.
quote unquote, that you get to shed your old personality and you get to be somebody else for the day.
Okay. If it rhyme like
super fun.
Gimme Chrome or something.
Gimme Chrome is super cute. I do like that.
Gimme Chrome it is. Okay. What do you think? Looks good?
It looks fabulous. We are ready for the next step.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, my dear, I would say that you are all ready to go to wardrobe.
Okay. How do I look?
Hang on, because you're about to see an 11-second in a quarter-mile rat rod. It belongs to Greg, and it's coming up on Street Rodding American Style.
All right, boys and girls, I found something so hot it caused this thing to vapor lock on its way in here. I got its owner, Greg. Greg, whoa, what are we looking at?
We got 1930 Plymouth.
In 1930, the first red and green traffic lights were installed. Clarence Birdseye developed a method for quick freezing food, and Clessie Cummins set the diesel engine speed record of 81 miles per hour.
This is a rat rod, yeah?
Somewhat.
So you would agree that rust is not necessarily a crime?
That's probably right.
Yeah. For a rat rod, a lot of the guys go to the extreme. You went the other direction, and the extreme jumps out at you right here. What is that?
That's a 376 cubic inch, 6.2 liter LS3 Chevrolet motor with a LE70 overdrive transmission.
This is a little car, and that's a big motor.
Yeah, it gets along really good.
It's not slow.
No.
I heard a rumor you were up at a certain drag park and you got kicked out. Is that true?
That is right. They went through tech line. They didn't like I didn't have any windows. They didn't like I didn't have a top. And they looked at it and they looked around. They
Did you have a roll cage?
No roll cage.
Yeah.
And they said, what do you think this thing's gonna run today? I said, I really don't know. I said, probably in the 14 somewhere. And they said, all right. And they said, get it out here and take her for a pass. And if you're going too, yeah.
Really?
They said, if it's going too fast, you're going to have to put her on the trailer. So I said, all right. So I take it down there. I run 1165 with it. And they're out. You're out. They said, or you're going to have to slow it down. So I said, all right.
Well, it looks like you slowed down because you got a weight in the back.
Right.
There's a little, what is that thing?
That's a Chevrolet valve cover turned upside down.
Yeah.
Poured with lead in it.
That's what it looked like. I was like, that's an odd looking valve cover, but I was wondering what you did.
And after I put the original stock motor in, I did a bunch of programming on the computer down at Wichita Dyno.
Yeah.
And had a set of headers built down at Wichita by Holtzman's. And did a bunch of changes to it, and I couldn't hook it up anymore. So then I had to add a little weight to it. So it goes pretty good now.
Greg, tell me about the engine cover cowling mock-up you got there. What is that?
Well, this is off of a late model Camaro that I bought, and it only covered 6 of the cylinders.
Right.
So I ended up having to buy another one and turn it around and saw it in half and put it up here to make it look, because it wasn't long enough to cover all 8 cylinders.
All right, you just got kicked out of the rat rods because they don't buy that kind of stuff to put on their rat rods just to cut it up and make it look cool on top of the motor. But it looks really good. Tell me about your induction system here. What do we got going on there? Did you make that?
Yeah, we made that out of actually bought the Y pipe that comes out.
Yeah.
And then we welded the elbows on it, put that on. That one over there is plugged off. That's just for looks.
Just for looks.
Because we got to have all of our air come past the mass airflow system.
Right. Greg, when you're building this thing, do you set the engine back far enough just to get your weight distribution right on this thing? Did you think about that at all when you put this thing together?
No, we didn't. Me and a buddy of mine, he'd build a pickup, and he helped me build this. And we just kind of mocked up off of his, and we started building.
Just slap it together.
Yeah, we started building, and then you got to do everything 3 times. And anything you order that bolts on, doesn't bolt on, you got to rework it. So it just kind of, we put it together, and we just made it fit as we went.
Just made it fit as you went.
Yep.
Are these railings off of like a handrail off of a deck or something?
Porch railing. Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. What are we gonna do in the future? You're gonna paint it. You're gonna leave it the way it is. What's the plan?
We're gonna supercharge it.
Oh yeah, because it's too slow. Yeah, that makes sense. This guy's crazy. So, the chrome wheels, really?
Yep.
It's a rat rod, man. Why the chrome wheels?
Well, I don't know. I just thought they looked good. And I started out with 20s on the back, and it was too much.
Yeah.
So I took them off, went back to 18s on the front, 18s on the rear.
It looks sharp that way.
Yeah,
it really does. And you don't see a lot of rat rods with the chrome on it. And that kind of drew my attention to it. I saw that first shining at me, and then I look at this, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta learn more about this. Dude, I got one more question for you.
Yeah, I'll take you for a ride.
That's not what I was gonna say, but I'm down with that. Can we hear this bad boy?
Sure.
Fire it up!
sure this is exactly what I signed up to do, but I am here with these lovely ladies, and I can't wait to get this competition started. So good luck to each one of them, and I think they've got it together. Me, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Kimmy Chrome, assistant principal at a great school. I would totally get in trouble if I see you. Alright, her hobbies are fast cars and eating steak. Awesome. And bonus, today's her birthday. She's literally shaking.
I am.
Literally shaking.
It's the heels.
Okay.
It's the heels.
Do you ride a motorcycle?
After what kind?
Yes, I do, and I've actually drag raced it before. I did 11.9 and a quarter mile.
So, is this your first pinup contest?
Oh my gosh, yes. It was either me or Cy McCormack, and I guess nobody wanted to see Cy in a dress.
All right, well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. What is the most daring thing you've ever done in your life that's legal?
Most daring thing? I'm gonna go with the drag racing the motorcycle. That was pretty fun. And when you see the guys on their bikes in the back mirror, you know, and you beat them several times, that's pretty daring. I love it.
That is awesome.
Yeah. As much as I appreciate all of those beautiful ladies in Hope, Kansas in their pinup attire, this is the real me. I may not be classy, but I'm comfortable.
For all you Corvette lovers out there, we think you'll like what's next. It's Jim's 1968 Corvette, here on Street Rotting American Style.
All right, Jim, I love the Corvettes. Matter of fact, we're doing more and more Corvettes this year in our show because of you. Because you chewed me out last year at a car show. You said, I'm not doing enough Corvettes. I have your Corvette now. Tell me exactly, what am I looking at?
All right, it's a 1968 Corvette.
In 1968, the minimum wage was $1.60 an hour. The first Big Mac went on sale in McDonald's, costing 49 cents. And CBS televised 60 Minutes for the first time.
What is underneath this hood?
Well, when I got the car, it had a 327, 300 horse in it.
It had, so it doesn't have that anymore?
No, somewhere along the line they abused it, and there was only a 307 in it.
Wait, they put a 307 in a Corvette?
Yeah, bad. That's terrible. But then I went and found 454, I punched it out 30, redid the whole thing, so you know it's like it should be.
A 454 in a Corvette is almost perfect. I mean, that is pretty much perfect,
right,
isn't it?
Right.
What is the favorite thing about this Corvette that you like?
I think probably the paint.
The paint.
But I just love Corvettes anyway.
Well, I know you do.
Yeah.
I really know you do. I've seen your passion. And what I think is so cool about it, it is the red paint. It brings your attention to it, but you've got subtle bling here. With the bling on the cowling there. You have the Krager SS. You have the side pipes.
Right.
It's just enough of the chrome to draw attention to this red. Is that what people notice about the car?
The people really notice the paint, you know, more than anything.
Right.
And that's, you know, it's a beautiful car.
What is the most fun story you have about this car?
I think the most fun story I have is getting to drive this thing.
Right.
And stick your foot in it one time, and then you know why I'm smiling.
And I bet you've done it more than one time.
No, just one time.
No, you lying to me too, aren't you?
Just a little, just a little.
So you enjoy the power that this thing just accelerates. And it's a convertible.
Right.
So the hair is flying back.
What little is left.
Yeah, your mustache is probably flopping back in the breeze too. You're feeling good with that wheel,
Feeling
aren't you?
good.
That is awesome. Do you get people rides in this thing all the time?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do people ask for rides in this?
Yes, they do.
But why a Corvette? Why is it that a Corvette pulls your attention?
Why? I don't know. I've had like 16 of them.
You have had 16 Corvettes?
That's right.
Most people just want one.
Well,
are you hoarding?
I have two now, but I sold one to a guy down in Dallas, Texas, and he's going to pick it up the 17th.
Oh.
But you know, this one's here.
But you're going to tell me why you had 16.
I just love them.
You just love them?
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be said.
No.
He just loves them.
That's right.
Most people do. What are you going to do next to this thing? Because the reason I asked, I saw a sign that really kind of hurt my feelings a little bit A for sale sign?
Well, everything's for sale. If they've got enough money, they can buy it.
So it's more of a taunt. It's for sale. Make an offer?
Well, no, there ain't no making no offer.
Okay.
They're going to give me what I want, or I'll just take it home. I don't care.
What I like is in those 60s, in the late 60s, is the lines.
Right.
It's just sleek. You have, you know, the fenders are just accented just enough. And I love the cowling. That cowling is a stock cowling though, isn't it? That came with the Corvette.
Yes, that comes, if you get a big block in them, that's what comes on them.
Yeah, and I think that's also what sets it off. Well, Jim, can you do me a favor? I'm not saying this right.
I'll start this bad boy up.
He's got it.
Cy, I hope you had a good time in Hope, Kansas today.
Dude, I did.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
It was.
I found this dude named James.
Yeah.
He had a 34 Chevy Standard. It was clean, man, but what drew my attention to it was that 6-inch chop on the roof.
6-inch?
I mean, that's just always cool.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop there, man. I keep moseying on down the street, and I see this sweet rat rod.
Of course.
What drew me to it was these wheels, man. You don't usually see chrome wheels on a rat rod.
Chrome wheels on a rat rod?
This dude made it work, man. It was slick. It was really cool. What'd you find?
I actually found a son of James. The guy you interviewed earlier. I talked to him because his ride was about him and his dad growing up.
That's cool,
and they
man.
built cars together
Street
all the
riding.
time.
That's
exactly.
cool.
Then I came across James with a '68 Corvette.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to talk to him because last year we ran into him.
Yeah, he chewed us out.
Yeah, he did a little bit. He kind of informed us that we hadn't done a Corvette on the show, and he was right.
Well, Corvettes are cool, and he's right about that.
It was, and his was too, so I want to have him on the show today. And if you want to see what's going to be on next week's show, join us, and you'll also see why street riding is more than just a hobby. It's an addiction! It is.
Woo!